One time for the one time. It's the family bloodline. Hey,
Mhm.
what's good people?
One
Welcome back.
time for the one time. What it do, people?
Hello, everybody.
Back
Yeah.
one time. One time. Back in it. Getting back in it. How y'all doing?
I'm good. So you didn't bring me a straw?
Can't complain.
Good. That's the way to be.
We
That's
made
the,
it another week.
yeah. Closer to your birthday.
You
Hmm?
know, another solar year around the universe. You know, I
Yeah,
take that. I
almost.
take it. Let's get
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
What up, man?
Mira, Manny, hermano. ¿Qué pasó? That's a whole ass sentence in Spanish. I just did that.
See,
Hola, man.
Hola, mi
yeah,
amigo.
man. So like I said, prime stuff then go through like I planned. You know,
That's all right.
that's my procrastination on that. I should have listened to my wife when she was trying to plan stuff out, but neither here or there. And I get on the next year. But this year I probably just gonna have, I guess some people over, play some spades, dominoes, the usual old man stuff.
Oh man, stuff.
hmm
You not old.
That's
Ma-
what I mean. But when we was young and we was watching our parents play at the spades table and stuff, we calling them old heads and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and right now that's where we at. I'm at that era.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that because I feel that. Well, I guess this might end up being a long one. So let's let's get ready to get into it and then throw some scenarios out there and invite people on so we can start talking about it.
I'm with.
So the topic for tonight is full disclosure, and it's dealing with the trans community and our trans brothers and sisters and asking them, uh, and not just them, but people who have encountered this. Do you think it's fair or you should disclose if you're a trans person to someone who has an interest in dating you if they don't know? Is that a thing? You on mute, Wawa?
Yeah.
I forgot I was going off and muted myself. I'm back. It took too long for me to get a straw. I needed nobody was gonna bring me a straw. I'm trying to find our live on Facebook and it's not pulling it up.
I'm on it.
I'll find it
All
eventually.
right.
But but
Yeah.
yeah, is it important to disclose if you're trans when you're introducing yourself to someone or getting to know that individual? If
Yeah.
important, if it's not important, do anybody really care?
That
Hmm.
part as well. That part as well. So let me. I'll start out by inserting what I ran into and what happened to me a couple of days ago. Didn't necessarily happen to me, but it was an experience. I'll say that. I'll in it in that fashion. It was an experience. I was at Walmart, at Wally World, running in to look for some things,
Hmm?
and I got out the vehicle and I was checking my pockets and making sure that I was I was looking appropriate and proper. And as I began to look up, I saw a person walking towards me in the maneuvering of walking past me, and I saw some pink leggings or pink tights. And as I continued to look up, I got shocked because I saw a sack and a print, penis print. And as I continued to look up,
Hey, yeah.
say again, one.
I was saying hi to Maya. She said, "Good evening, family." I was just,
Hey,
but go continue.
hey, Maya. As I continued to look up, I saw this individual with with a shirt that wasn't appropriate, that what I would deem appropriate for their body type. The belly rather large, hanging outside the shirt. And as I continued to look up, I saw a bit of a unkempt person with a wig on, and clearly they had on a bra, and they had scruff on their face, and I was immediately upset because I went through this experience, and I was upset because my question was, is this what you think or how you think women feel about themselves when they are public? Like, what are you, if this is your identity, if this is what you're wanting and willing to take on, how are you painting your external expression of women to be unkempt beings who don't properly take care of themselves, who have an external appearance of uh, discombobulation and confusion
Mhm.
and not even giving a shit about anybody else in the area. It's just the attention's all on you. And had I said something to this person, it would have been the end of me. It would have been the end of me.
No, you'd have been fine as long as nobody was recording.
Well, this is we living in a society. Everybody's recording.
Right.
I mean, maybe, but like,
I
what?
think. Oh, go ahead, cuz. What you saying, Wanda?
I said, would you? What would you have wanted to say?
I would have asked that person the same thing that people ask women who are uh
Uh,
where'd that go?
where'd that That's my stuff. So I'm getting calls everywhere.
But I wanted to ask that person the same thing that they get after women for who they consider to be scantily clad, to be like, well, why are you out in public like this? Is this appropriate? I want to say there are kids around.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's okay to have a penis print in public around young children?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The same thing in the same way people interact with women that are scantily clad. I wanted to ask this person. And it wasn't from a position of agreeing or disagreeing with who or what they identify with, but if we're willing as a society to
It
treat
was just
women
the manner in which they present themselves. You know what I'm
as
saying? I get
absolutely,
what you're
so I'm going to give you the same standards that society gives women. I'm going to give you the same grace that society gives women, since that's how you clearly identify. But I would
Right.
have been wrong had I done that.
Okay. So, back to our original question though. If you were in a bar and you see this woman attractive, walk over like, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And she's like, "Sure." And you're sitting there having a conversation. You guys are conversing back and forth. Let's say 45 minutes to an hour. Um, then
saying.
yeah, you guys dance, y'all chilling. Um, then it's getting closer to the evening and getting ready for the club to close. Y'all exchange numbers. Is that and then is that when you want to know if this person and this person is trans? Should they tell you then or when they're comfortable with telling you?
Mm. I think it should be at that moment. or you know what I'm saying, like
But why
because
did that moment you've already showed interest and y'all danced and y'all drank and
correct. I mean, because at some point you, like you said, you're gonna have to be comfortable with yourself. So within being comfortable with yourself, that's gonna have to come out, you know. So I feel like it should be done then because what are you doing? Like you say, if you like the person, if the person y'all feeling like y'all got that vibe, it's gonna go sideways if later on that comes out, I think, you know what I'm saying? So that's
so
just my thoughts on it.
you know, right you something that you would want to know right away.
Yeah, it should be some
Because you want to know that right away because it's not something you're into, or that's something you feel like you just need to know.
uh maybe something that I'm not into, don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, but at the same time, I think I should know it should be out there for that person, you know, to
Mm-hmm.
make that decision, you know, because obviously people are attracted to
Mm-hmm.
trans, you know, so you know what I'm saying? So hey, why not? You comfortable, that's what you do. That you like I say once again, if you feel comfortable doing it, I think you should rep your city. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Rep your city.
I
Okay.
mean, you know, I mean, your community, rep your, you know, rep you. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I was saying. Get that, you know.
I get it. Um, I mean, because of I have mixed emotions about it. Well, mixed decisions about it because there is a lot of hate, out there, and a lot of phobia out there that can make it very dangerous for that community.
So
Uh,
so when you say phobia, are you using that in the actual definition, or are you actually talking about a prejudice towards?
I guess a little bit of both, honestly.
Right.
Because like, and if you find a guy who's not, I would say, as comfortable with himself, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm trans," and then that guy just hauls off and hits the trans person in the face because, "Oh, I ain't with that shit." Da 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 da.
Right.
Like that's to me, that's phobic and
Trying to
ignorant.
I'm trying to digest that.
Uh,
The
that
ignorant, I agree with 100%, 110%. Like that is ignorant to cause violence towards somebody
because
straightway.
yeah,
Yeah, that shouldn't be the answer towards it, right? If that's not your average everyday fix.
it is not just some random dude. He's home for the week. Just oh, that's my husband.
Full disclosure.
Disclosure, we putting it out there. Don't be get, oh my God, she had some dude walk through the house. It's my husband. He's home for the week.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But if
Okay.
yeah, so let's put that out there, right?
Yeah.
Interacting in direct physical violence is not the course of action to take.
Hmm.
If you counter this, that's absolutely wrong. Um, there's a better option, and that better option is to simply walk away. You don't have to physically harm somebody just because you don't agree with what their definitions are,
Agree.
I
right?
think a lot
So
of that comes out because
They
the
don't sure
the
enough to go.
tardiness on finding out on the information. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where a lot of that situation comes in at.
Because by that time, they all worried about they homeboys on some. You was dancing with a nigga. You like, and I
hmm,
and like, you was all up on them on homeboy. Da 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 da. And now you got to worry about all of that and them testing your masculinity when that's not even the case.
yeah, but I don't. So I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just trying to look at it from a bit of a different lens because there's no reason why. Let's say we was all out and we
Uh-huh.
were at a bar, and one of our cousins, one of our partners, got after a trans woman, and we could see it, but he couldn't. Now, what would happen is we would probably joan on him, and it'd be jokes for the rest of his life. but I don't think that there's any real reason to begin to question or test his masculinity. That's just me though.
hmm
I,
I mean,
I think Wanda was saying from the other side, pretty much. Once were you talking about like our friend assessing our masculinity, or
and they would because you like they gonna argue the entire time like, oh, you was dancing with a dude, or
right?
you
Okay, I thought you
know,
was talking about from the trans
even
perspective.
though
My
even
bad.
though this person does not identify as being a dude, that is what you know people will still say, and and it's I mean I don't know. It is such a blurry line. It's so crazy. It's very murky. It says violence against the LGBTQ plus community is ignorant and is not to be tolerated. As a heterosexual man, I support this community in their humanity, even though our purposes are not the same.
And I agree
Very
with that.
well said, her sir. Get out that trash can.
Get out the trash can, damn it.
Right now,
Sorry, y'all.
No,
we gonna get it together.
but and I agree. So come on, sir. We'll let you early. Come on, let's do it. Welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you.
But
Are you?
We've missed you.
The prodigal son has returned.
Y'all are terrible. Uh, yeah, I've been. I just got off work, right? And as
Nice
usual, I want to
haircut.
thank the family
Well, we
bloodline.
actually your head. You
Thank
don't have
you.
on no hat today.
Thank you. Thank you. Uh, as usual, the Family Bloodline podcast is discussing a very important subject. I want to thank you all for allowing me on your platform. Good evening, Dirk, Wanda, and Jay. Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Dirk,
Yes,
I
sir.
was thinking about you over the weekend, right? For real, I'm just serious in a real good way. Cause my son, my son said, "When we going to see Grandma?" And you know, my mom in St. Louis, right? I say we probably can go around your birthday, which is this month on the 25th. I say, and we're going to see your Uncle Dirt. He said, I got an Uncle Dirt. I said, you got a new Uncle Dirt. And I say, and he has earned the privilege to spank you if you act up. He's like, but Daddy, I'm not going to act up. I say, well, if you do, but just
We
know,
already do.
Uncle Dirt got you,
Go
champ.
outside. Yeah.
But
I'm sorry. Let me let the dog out.
but so with the LGBTQ community and specifically trans people, it is my experience because I've worked alongside them in a political space,
Mhm.
and what I've learned from that community is that immediate and full disclosure is the proper way that they lead their lives. So if I'm in the club and I see and it's a trans person and I don't know and I go, damn, let me go. Hey, how you doing?
Mhm.
Hello, my name is Tanisha. Uh, just in case you need to, I'm trans. That's how it should start. It shouldn't be no 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That
Mhm.
should be immediately off the rip. Hey, how you doing? My name blah blah blah. I'm trans. So what you're doing is you're giving me an opportunity to
So,
choose to either say, okay, thank you for letting me know, or continue to deal with you. But you take away my ability to choose and protect myself, however that may be, whether it's psychological, emotional, whatever the case may be. You take away that choice from me when you don't disclose that. And
mhm.
that goes for any realm of our existence that is unknown or may bring harm to other people. The same thing for the HIV community, people with who are living with HIV. If I'm
Mhm.
interested in a woman who has HIV, immediate disclosure. Hey, how you doing? I like you, sister. Okay, sir, that's good. I need to let you know my status. I'm HIV positive. So now she's giving me an opportunity to continue to deal or go to the other side of the club. But any type of ignorant response to a person's lifestyle is not to be tolerated because in principle it's the same thing with black people, right? If you dislike somebody because of a difference, something is wrong with your thinking. You know, I
Mhm.
don't have nothing against the LGBTQ community, even though I'm a heterosexual man. I support their humanity, and you will not bully them around me based
Mhm.
on their humanity. They have a right to live as human beings because you
Mhm.
got gay doctors, you got gay dentists, You got gay lawyers. So what you trying to say? If you go on under surgery and the doctor gay, you don't want him to operate on his sexual preference has nothing to do with who he is as a human being. You
That
get
is
what
very,
I'm saying?
Yeah.
that is very
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Now I didn't used to always think like that. When I was in my early teens,
With Bob, somebody would have got that business, huh?
okay. As
I
Maya
mean,
says, I agree. Same. If it's as a lesbian being approached by a heterosexual man.
mm-hmm.
So, and I've seen this happen a lot. And then, like, if a heterosexual man approaches a lesbian homegirl, and she's like, "No, I'm not into dudes." Well, fuck you too, then, bitch. Like, why
Yeah,
is
see,
it
that's
like that?
ignorant. That's
Yeah.
ignorant.
Like, oh, you rather do, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, stop it.
like,
That's ignorant.
why are you worried about somebody else's preference?
Right.
I said no, walk away. The story.
Bingo. It's an immature response to being
Why?
rejected, and a lot of males do
Really,
that.
it happens a lot in our community.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Like,
I agree.
I
we should be.
mean, do we blame it on NWA?
No.
No, it
We
was,
all
it was,
say and kept going. No, I'm
no.
just talking.
Because, that was going on long before they even came out.
Yeah,
Correct,
because
correct, correct.
but in our community, like we were not accepted by anyone for a long time, and then now that there's the LGBTQ, we're just like I mean, I think it's come from a long line of being taught, homosexuality is wrong. Um, it's very taboo. This, and the third. Um, but as you get older, you realize they human beings too. They have their rights also. And
Right.
I also that also stems from like religious reasons or whatever.
Mm.
Um, and most of the like things have been misinterpreted like all the time, or things are misinterpreted. Uh, and I
Hold on.
just feel
Um,
like, okay, the dog giving him a hard time or whatever.
Giving them the blues.
Giving
So,
them all
but
business.
honestly, like, is that what? Yeah, somebody has some. Yeah, people are like just mad ignorant, and I just really feel like yes, you should definitely disclose that in the beginning.
And
Um,
I
because
think go ahead,
remember
Wanda.
the
Go
remember the TikTok I sent you of the trans person who said they don't disclose it right away. They disclose
ahead.
it once that the relationship is going somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So why? And I feel like that's kind of like baiting. You know what I mean? Like, why would you let me catch these feelings for you, knowing that you're not something that I prefer? I think you're this way, and I mean, it's just like a man lying about anything. Like he could say he the CEO, and I'm thinking I didn't fell in love with a CEO, and he a trash man. Not that it matters, but why did you lie to me?
Exactly. Exactly.
And so,
Exactly. I'm thinking, yeah.
It's a lie, all the same.
why? Because it's easy for us to say that in our spaces because we're all heterosexual, right?
Mhm.
And we're not dealing with the same issues
I'm
that
heterosexual. No, I'm joking.
but we're not dealing with that in the same facet as our trans brothers and sisters are. So
Mhm.
let's take and try and kind of put ourselves in their shoes because there have been and there is several things that's going on, right? And the only way that I can liken it is just when we were kids and being shy about being able to do something or liking even a different type of music, a different style of music that
Mhm.
not everybody subscribe to. Right? So you're less likely to present that part of you.
Laughing at that dirt.
Get
mm,
drove about my music.
Reach the dry jig about his music.
Uh,
Yeah, 'cause I've got a vast musical palette, but
Yeah,
so you become less likely to disclose that part of yourself
mhm.
to onlookers because you're not willing to go through the taunts or the jeers or the possibility of being
yeah,
physically injured. And
Mhm.
so it's easier to continue to kind of like go along to get along and hopefully you can break away from that space because you can't feel safe and comfortable in that specific quote unquote intimate as for lack of a better term, environment, right? You can't just simply break away all the time. Now, the disingenuous action, a continuance of hiding or shielding who you are from a person who's shown genuine interest, that's
Mhm.
wrong. I think that's absolutely wrong. But upon initial contact, I think past experiences may hurl a person to act differently. It shapes them a bit differently, and it would cause them to fall back and enjoy the moment for what it is, you
Mhm.
know, and eventually say, "Hey, listen, I'm trans, and I need you to know this
Mhm.
before you try to make that call tomorrow morning, or you try to get me in this Uber to get back to your place or my place or a hotel. That's what you need to know off the rip, you
Mhm.
know." So
There's
I think it becomes dangerous if you get to that point to where feelings are involved, or you've made it to this person's apartment, or they made it to your apartment, and then the bomb is dropped. I think that's a very dangerous game to
it no it really is.
play.
It's a very dangerous
Before the
game.
bomb drop.
And Dirk, you is silly. I'm trying to think of which book
I
it is.
Good word, man. Try to-
Um, one of my favorite queer authors, Bell Hooks. And I need to find out what book it is. But I remember the quote she said. She said that disclosure in the LGBTQ plus community is synonymous with their pride and their proudness of being who they are. So in other words, if I have enough gumption, Wanda, to walk down the street tomorrow, I'm gay, I'm proud, and I don't care what you say. Then what Bell Hooks is saying is that same pride you have in being who you are translates into your personal relationships. So if they go out into a bar and a dude go like, "Ooh, I think you cute," da da da, the same pride and proudness that you have to put it on public display, right? It should translate over into your personal relationships because you should have the same confidence about who you are. If little Timmy approach you and you say, "Thank you for talking to me, Timmy, but I need to let you know I'm trans." Because they
Mhm.
was just doing it downtown on Market Street in the gay parade, all out to hey. But when
Okay.
we get into when we get into the bar, the same confidence translates over into that particular space.
But what
So
if they're afraid that you like they okay, let's say for somebody who's liked you and they finally approached you and they're like, okay, I've been trying to get with this person for a minute. Um, I'll let him know eventually after he finds out who I am as a person, not how I am as my sexuality.
mm-mm. No, 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 no. Because we know as human beings, so we are innately born with a sexual instinct, a security instinct, and a social instinct, right?
yeah,
And those things play into our decision making when we're choosing to be with whoever we're going to be with,
Mhm.
right? So sexuality, not for the sake of being physical with the person, but sexuality in the sense of our connectivity really, really matters, right? And it needs to be transparent, particularly in that community, like I said, off the rip, immediately. There should be no, because like you said, that's kind of like baiting, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna let him get to know me as a person, then tell him. No, 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 no. We're not playing those games, right?
Mhm.
What we're going to do is we're going to be adult. We're going to be mature. Um, and now what I do understand is the fear of reprisal or the fear of being, like James was saying, being mocked and persecuted. I see how that can make someone hesitant to be, fully transparent and want to immediately disclose. But nonetheless, if if you have developed a certain level of maturity and social um what was the word I'm looking for social graces, right? Then you'll be able to feel if this person gonna act a goddamn fool. It's like when you're in the store and you walking down the aisle and you get the creep energy from the little dude that keep following you around.
Mhm.
You know he's a fucking creep. So you avoid him, and I'm saying those same type of situational awareness
Yeah.
uh should play into that. But yeah, I mean, it's just about full disclosure, all of my trans colleagues say this, and I asked them that. They say, no, sir. It first minute, I'm saying I'm trans. There is no let me sit back and wait. He said because that is an indirect way of manipulation and playing with people, and we're not supposed to do that. And you have a lot of trans groups that are very serious about trans people fully disclosing to whoever they're
But
with.
what if just having fun and you don't want like the relationship isn't going anywhere, it's just fun. And we're just out drinking and dancing. Am I supposed to tell you that I'm trans?
And that's
Uh,
that part. And so moving back over to the other side of the fence, the answer is yes. The answer is still yes. I think it's absolutely necessary for disclosure to be.
In my life and I don't plan on doing anything else with you after this point.
You
Why
don't
is it why do I have to tell you that I'm trans?
because
What
we
what you just saying, just going out, just partying, or not trying to hook up with nobody. You just saying
That
that.
yeah, we just out, we just had a good time and it is what it is at the time.
sure.
And after I leave this club, I'm never gonna see you again. I'm not gonna contact you. It's not gonna be anything. Do I need to tell you that I'm trans?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. The
Why?
answer is
I
still
don't think so. I don't think so.
that's what I love, Wanda. Boy, Wanda, you would be a good goddamn therapist, Wanda. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being serious.
Well, thank you.
I don't
and,
think
and
so. Because it's the
Good.
same thing for the guys in the club. I don't mean to cut you off. He cutting you off there. You go ahead.
good, cuz go ahead. Go ahead. What are you saying?
I was just saying it's the same for the guys in the club. Half of them are gay and don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Or half of them, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a
They
minute,
They don't.
Dirt. Somebody gay and don't know it. Wait, I'm confused. Help
I'm
me
talking
out.
about. I'm talking about these so-called heterosexual males. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
are
There's
you
a
talking
lot
about
of us out here that's heterosexual and you know what I'm saying, but got a lot of curiosity. You know what I'm saying? That they trying to,
uh
you know what I'm saying, chase. You know,
I
so
is
them guys are out there as well. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think a trans should have to fully disclose like wanted to say. Me and the girls just out, we just out kicking it. Just like the guys get up, we just go kick it. We ain't tripping off shit. We just going to kick it.
like, hey baby, I'm broke. You ain't never gonna say that.
Yeah, but that doesn't correlate. That's not a
Dude,
that's
we are
not a
not nowhere past this point if you broke, brother. I'm sorry.
that's not a correlation.
I just looked at it for relationship wise. And relationship wise, it should
You
be
ain't got
a
yep,
disclosure. You know what I'm saying? If I take your number and it's something going
broke.
on, if I take your number, it should be disclosed. But outside of that, if I'm just out with the girls, the guys, or whatever, and we just doing us,
So let's pull this back a little bit because that's a little bit of an onion, and I think there's a bit of a dimension that we're not looking at. Even when we go out and and again I'm talking as an artist at this point, understanding the actual interactions that you give each other when you're dancing with each other, the
Mm,
movement that you have within each other, right? Because that's not just it's a great thing to do, but there's still power in that. So even if you just going out and you having a good time and you kicking it, right? That still needs to be something that's said because you're not wanting to sweat these energies out with somebody or something that you're not you can't occupy that space with. You can't because dancing is a very and I know a lot of people try to make excuses as to what dance can be and what it is and isn't, but dance is a very intimate and sexual thing. It's a very intimate and sexual thing.
yeah, if I'm twerking all up, boy, better watch out now.
Well, I
it
wouldn't
was
necessarily
grinding
talk
back in
about
my head.
So
We just grind.
so
Talk-
I appreciate I always appreciate Maya's comments, right? And let me address it. In
I'm
my
doing the example first.
understanding, Maya, this is just me. A committed man shouldn't be at the club dancing with another woman in the
Thank
first darn place. First of all,
you.
I mean that's just me.
I agreed.
And Wanda,
Agreed.
this is why
Is
if
Lawanda
a,
message right here?
this this is why a trans person, if we're just sharing 20 minutes together, should disclose, right? Because I'm just getting ready to be 100% real. Whenever you enter into somebody else's space, right? Now, all that they are, whatever it may be, all that they are in your space is brought into your space. So y'all sharing each other's space, right? Y'all sharing each other's time together. So in other words, y'all are literally around and with one another. So if we're out, right, I need to be aware of all of the situations that could occur based because if I don't know, right, and dude get fly with you and you didn't tell me, you can't indict me on not protecting you, right, in
Mm.
that particular way because I didn't know, right?
Okay.
So that's even like remember when we was young and we would go hang out with certain people in the neighborhood and go kick it with them. All of what they were and their shit that came with them was involved with our life, even if we was just playing basketball. And so if this chump just robbed 3 people and I'm cool with him and we playing basketball together, now his energy becomes my energy. So when they come to get at him, they gonna get at me too.
So
Most
And
I'm
definitely.
saying, so
Cause
trans
cause
people
I'm
should
with
walk
him.
down. So
you,
they
you
they start they start space every day. You know what I'm saying? So they should walk down the street with like
it's
a
not
label on them saying
oh,
that
What literally they
no.
literally do, Dirt. They wear they wear the what is the rainbow triangle or the flag. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to or they should, but what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying is
saying.
when it comes to sharing and involving our space and time with other humans, I ain't talking about just walk. If you walking down the street by
For
yourself, it ain't no
relationships, so we
motherfucking
talking about
business.
relationships? Are we talking? That's what I'm trying to get at. Are we talking about for space like relationships or just
Oh,
I'm
even
dealing with the
just
question
dancing.
Wanda has said.
Yeah,
If we not gonna be in a relationship and we just out together in a space
no?
kicking
But
it,
see, that's what she said. Like, but that's what she was getting at. Like the all five of us go out kicking. You know what I'm saying? We go out together to do us. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
worried about nothing to nobody. Do we? Do I disclose that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a trans. You know what I'm saying?
and
Out of the
here
five
another
of
reason
us,
why
when we
Dirt.
go out.
Here another reason why Dirt. You with your trans partner in the club.
Uh huh.
The trans person looks like a woman. She she going to the bathroom. And I'm just this is hypothetical because maybe they haven't had that surgery yet. So she getting ready to go into the bathroom normally frequented by men
Hmm.
because she has man parts but looks like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You got Rocco on the side, talking at home. Hey man, what the fuck is you walking in here for? With all that craziness. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know you a trans, so I'm trying to figure out why is Rocco tripping with you.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, you have
But
to go to the bathroom that services you. Because if you go in the women's bathroom, you have just created a whole nother conundrum.
I honestly feel like trans women are safer in women's bathrooms. We have stalls. There's no urinals. You can go in and close the door. Nobody sees anything.
Yeah,
uh,
if that's your choice, I mean,
yeah. I never thought about it like that.
yeah, yeah.
But
what up,
let's
Lizzo?
let's get down to a point of keeping each other safe. Keeping each other safe. I think without that disclosure, you cannot keep the other person safe. We
Hmm.
don't know how unhinged the other person is. That might be the needle that breaks everything, that brings down the house. This man done had a hard day. He trying to go to the club and sweat it out, get some of this aggression out. And now he's dealt with dancing with someone who he did not anticipate being of the same stance as he is. And so
I
now we have a very
don't
unsafe situation that can
feel,
occur
I
at
don't
the drop
feel
of a
like putting in the beginning.
I think I think that overall it comes down to honesty and being transparent with people, because I mean, if you still feel a certain way about being who you are, then you have a problem on yourself. If you basically imposing this into people just because you want to, and not being completely honest, even if
Mhm.
it's just a one night stand, right? If it's just a party thing, I'll go to the club and I had fun and I danced with this girl, right? Or it's a he she or whatever,
That's
and
politically
then
incorrect. You trying to get us canceled?
He's
come
trying to
on,
get
man.
be uncancelable.
Ain't nobody gonna cancel us. Calm down. But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's all about honesty at this point, because without honesty, what are we? You know, the only thing we actually have is Word because our credit is
Mhm.
all probably fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
What is happening?
So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. At the end of the day, I do feel like disclosure needs to happen. At the
Okay.
end of it's the pinnacle of keeping each other safe.
So it should happen either I give you my number, or it should
Uh,
happen
me,
either way.
Jay,
We're dancing and just like I don't plan on seeing you again.
if a fella walks up to a trans woman and says, "Hey, can I dance with you?" That shit needs to be spoken on immediately. But let me
Bro.
before we get into
And if all
Yo,
we're doing is dancing,
yo,
though.
Jay, there's somebody that you and I know that was with us in the unit that this straight happened to this person, and it almost was too late until he found out. And I
Oh,
will tell you later on who it is. But
we don't know
he
who it
was
is
in
in this
huh?
situation.
Huh?
I said we don't need to know who he is, but how did he handle the
No, but
situation?
I'll tell Jay because he knows personally who he is.
yeah.
But
But huh?
how did he handle it?
Well, it was a freak out moment. It was like, whoa, what the hell? Like,
Hmm.
you know, we made it this far and you know, you didn't say anything.
So when you say far, was it like months or weeks of talking?
No. In the same night. I'm telling you about
Oh,
This is the
Yeah.
border. I'm telling you, this is the border. TJ, people get crazy, go over to TJ to have fun and you
okay.
know, club and everything. And the night got, you know, to the limit.
Mhm.
And it was almost too late when he found out. So it
Oh,
it was kind of the way
Swallowed
he
up.
was telling it was funny, but at the same time it was concerning. I
uh-huh.
was like, "What the hell?"
I mean,
So,
I
because he
mean,
kind of confused me. It kind of confused me for a minute because he was saying it in a way that he didn't like it, but it seemed like he did, like he
Yeah,
did
George,
in a
see what I'm
certain
saying? That's
way.
what I'm saying. It's a lot of people I
I
heard
mean, because
that's what I
to be
said earlier.
honest, I
That's trying to
mean,
keep that
there's some
curiosity.
Dirty
trans.
terrible. Dirty
There are some
terrible.
trans.
Swallowed
There's
up.
some trans out there, and you know,
Yeah.
I have a cousin. He's a trans, and he's a makeup artist and everything. And when he dress up, he has a sister. He looks exactly like his sister. So
Hmm.
it's like,
like
what
that
the
too.
hell?
And it
See,
You
be
know.
like the bodies be
So
bad. Oh
ultimately, I think you should take them to the pool. That should be it.
my God.
Take them to the pool. I
Um,
mean, you know, wash
and
them off.
and some of them know how to tape up enough that the balls and the dick's not gonna fly. They can.
I'm
It's
telling you,
called
it's gonna drop
the
at
makeup.
least.
If they got their waterproof
Wanda,
makeup. Gonna be honest.
Wanda, Wanda.
Yes.
Let me help you out. And this is by no means to be offensive to you.
Uh-huh.
Um, you don't have the parts that you just named,
I don't.
and I'm telling you that tough game only work with clothes on. If you get in some shorts or a swimming suit like Manny say, them little nodules, oh they gonna show, baby.
Beg to differ. I beg to differ because I know the art of tucking. I'm gonna explain to you how the tuck works because I
oh,
like.
Wait a minute, wait, hold on. You're going to
okay.
explain to me
Yes.
how to tuck?
No,
Let's
we
Listen.
don't.
Listen.
uh,
Let's.
What experience do you have? That's what
Let's
I'm
let's
tell
No,
you.
no, we not finna go there, y'all. We not
I'm
finna tuck nothing.
we
great.
got it's already been started. We got to finish down this daggone path.
Oh
yeah.
no,
Go ahead,
man.
Wanda. I want to hear this.
Called Drag Race 16 seasons, and these drag queens be on there when I tell you in leotards, and you do not see not a thing. So what happens is there is, like Maya said, there is tape for that, yes. But in order for the tuck to work, you are completely flaccid, okay? And then the balls, they tuck into the ass, like you can push them up there, and you
Satan,
everything up, and nothing
The
moves.
devil
And then,
is a liar.
ISIS, ISIS is a lie. Yeah.
So so my thing with any group
intended.
be it black, Native American, or whoever, right? There is a certain level of pride that comes with being, like Manny was saying. There's a certain level of pride, and pride and honesty correlate with each other, right? And if I'm living a certain way,
We'll talk to Took later.
but
Who?
I have some apprehension in disclosing that, then I'm not fully embracing whatever
Who
it
you
is
are.
that, yeah,
Where you're at.
whatever it is I'm professing, right? Like me, I don't shrink when I go into a room full of these colored people. When I go in a room with these people, I don't shrink, or I don't shirk into it like a little raisin, because I am proud of who I am, as a black man, right? So I don't have any reason to deny it, or not that I could, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's simply for social harmony and social cohesion that this transparency, this honesty, which we know is a spiritual principle, right? And this disclosure will, I believe, will propel their social status even further, because when people are honest about who they are and are fully transparent about who they are, you make other people comfortable that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
By being who you are. So, like, yeah, if I'm in public and I see a trans person or LGBTQ plus person being harassed and persecuted, I'm gonna stop and observe, because see, I don't know the personal particulars, right? But I'm gonna stop and observe, because the first time you say some stuff like, "Oh, you tripping because you a faggot," or whatever, or the F word,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna get in it, because now I see you persecuting them because they have a different lifestyle. Now I don't know about the $10,000 that they didn't took from you, so that's why I'm gonna stand back for a minute, because it may
Yeah,
not have nothing to do with you having no dress on.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell all these.
Otherwise, what would pride even be a thing? A thing, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
I
Why
said
would
that
it be a
earlier,
whole
man.
month?
Yeah, I
You know.
said that earlier. If you have enough confidence, honesty, and
Yeah, fear.
proudness,
It's not always about I'm hiding something, but it's out of fear because oh my God, I really like you, but I don't know how you're gonna feel about this.
well,
But
give
fear,
me
Well, and
give me
that's
an opportunity and
understandable.
tell me.
That's
fear,
definitely understandable. But yet again, are you gonna be the the fault? You know, it's I really get that point, but that happens even if they're not trans. That happens to regular people. You
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
know, either they have some complexions, or I feel like I'm too skinny or I'm too ugly or whatever, and I really like this person. It happens to each one of everybody. It doesn't have to do with preference of sexual orientation,
When I
but
meet a girl, I immediately tell her I am a former career criminal with a shady background. What's
Hey,
up
we
with it?
gotta
and that's
disclose
fine.
so
basement.
let's talk about fear, because fear is unfortunately one of our biggest motivators. And fear has two characteristics that are undeniable. One of the biggest things that fear has is an abstraction or an illusion of a loss of love. That's the first thing.
Mm,
Able to give birth to itself and make itself manifest. The second
mm,
fear does and has is the ability to hide the truth under every
mm.
cranny that you can think of, whether it be a shirt, whether it be tape, or whether it be a hat.
Right.
Fear has the ability to hide. And if you are not able to confront and actually understand your fears, you become a slave to that thing, and it drives you. And that thing that's driving you becomes made manifest, and it
Mhm.
becomes the epitome of who you are. And you, instead of becoming defined as the human that you're supposed to be, you're defined as the fear that controls you. So when you're not fully disclosing, if you're not proud about who you are, that's why I teach my kids, you define who you are and you make people act accordingly. When I tell my kids that, it's literally in the understanding of, if this is who you say you're going to be, you be that regardless of who you're in front of,
Mhm.
who you are.
Yeah. Because I
Disclosures.
was, yeah. Because I was a nigga to the 10th power in college. I'm just telling you the truth. Hey, Dirt. Hey, Dirt. You done love me in college, Dirt. Hey, Dirt. I kept it 100 for you, Dirt. I didn't change up. Now I may have used more correct grammar and enunciated some words differently, but
It's a time
everything
and a place.
else,
It's a time and a place.
but everything else, Dirt. Hey, Dirt. Hey,
You
you'd
gotta
have been
act
proud of me,
accordingly
Dirt.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Dirt. You'd have been proud of me, Dirt.
Oh my God.
I ain't switch it up, baby.
Now you know what's the question though. And I was questioning myself now that Wanda is saying, why. So what if, I'm gonna go into the what if multi-universe
It's all
situation.
right. It's all right.
What if the person who actually was approached actually really, really, really liked that person, and no matter who she is or he, if it's a trans or whatever, actually wants to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Does that make him part of the community now then?
But and so that's an abstract thought ish.
Blurry.
Yeah, it becomes blurry because there's actually the answer is yes.
Thank
That
you. Thank you.
I'm laughing at man.
Yes.
They are a part of that community and they should own it because that's exactly what they've stepped into.
That's right.
Your willingness or unwillingness to acknowledge a thing does not mean that a thing is not a thing.
You just open something else up, man. Go ahead, Wanda.
Here's the thing. Wanda. If I identify as a woman, and you see me as a woman and you're a man, how is that being homosexual?
Just because you feel like, let me look, God damn it. I was trying to avoid some
points.
Got 8 minutes.
Points.
Let me say this. When I was a kid, I thought I was a fucking superhero. I would get a big towel, wrap it around my neck. Go ahead, Wanda. Say that again, Wanda.
You're super. Who said you're not super?
Look, just follow me. Just follow me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Super.
Thank you. But when I was a kid, I thought I was a superhero, and I would get a big towel, I'd wrap it around my neck, and I would start jumping off of the couch, and I'd start doing flips and rolls, and I'd run around, act like I was flying, and I was a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I was a superhero in my mind.
Which superhero was you, Jay? EBT man. Let me stop.
Real quick. Remember we used to jump off y'all son porch?
Yeah. And we thought we were indestructible. We thought we could do this for forever. Right?
From the second story with a plastic bag tied to it, and it was like a parachute.
Like a parachute? You niggas were stupid. The second floor.
We were super. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
4-hour talk.
Oh right? My God.
But I said that.
I'm weak.
It's our tattoos.
Baby.
I'm weak.
I said
he joined the army.
I know, right? I said all that just to say there came a time where reality set in, and I was reminded that these are fictional characters, and I can keep them alive in my head if I want to, and I can interact with those characters if I want to, and that might even speak to a different part of mental disparity that I might have. But at the end of the day, that was not reality. And just because you think something in your head does not mean it's reality. It's not real. Yeah, but that's a completely different movement. A completely different movement, because I would like to see, as much as I love my trans community brothers and sisters, I want you to think yourself into being what you identify as. Impossible. It's literally impossible, right? So just because you've created these characters in your head does not mean that those characters are real life entities. And just because you have those definitions, that does not mean that I have to subscribe to those definitions. I can respect them, but I don't have to subscribe to them.
Subscribe to them. Right.
Mm.
What happens in the now? How about this scenario? What happens when two trans people meet up in the club and they over there eyeballing? So you got two men who who used to be men but are living as women, and they are exploring
Yeah.
some type of lesbian attraction, right? And then they come together. Hold on. Then they come together.
Them
Now
motherfuckers.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this foolishness. Even though I do have it. It's gotten weaker over the years because I've changed. But my gay dog boy used to be on point. I'm telling you.
Hey, Lynn.
So I'm saying when two trans people meet up and they don't know each other trans, and I don't, because they don't have no special ability to oh, that's a trans person. What do
Oh,
they do?
know. They know.
How they
just like
know Dirt? Dirt.
just
How they
like-
know Dirt?
Just like heterosexual men know they heterosexual men, you know what I'm saying? It's where we move. It's a certain, you know what I'm saying?
Atlanta fucks all
It's an
that.
etiquette. We got an etiquette about us, you know what I'm saying? And
There's a reason why I
present
don't go
themselves in the
clubbing
same
anymore.
way. Even though it might be more even though they trying to be more effeminate, they still present themselves in a way that's not so, you know what I'm saying, so feminine. They still rough around the edges, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So to say. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just talking about they stubbles and stuff, G.
I'm just,
I'm a driver.
I just don't know. I just feel like we said, we don't have to run around saying, "Oh, I'm heterosexual. I'm heterosexual. I'm heterosexual." So they shouldn't have to run around and be like, "I'm trans. I'm trans. I'm trans." You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean,
And just because somebody introduced themselves to me, excuse me, just because someone introduced themselves to me,
These simply
like I was saying about space, don't mean that not now you invade my space. Who said I wanted to speak to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
my bad.
that was you,
Yeah.
Jay. No.
What was that?
So that's what I was saying about we don't always have to. I don't think the trans should always have to pull their card out or say like, yeah, I'm trans. Every time they meet somebody, oh, I'm trans. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? You know, I'm trans. You know, no,
And normal
Let's say
settings.
relationship or conversation further than what we're
yeah,
doing.
just because I interact with a person doesn't
Right.
mean that I have to disclose my lifestyle. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
none of us do that day to day. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll meet somebody and be like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What it do? You know what I'm saying?
and
Chop it
you
up.
may like just the person as the person that's how it is. You know, you don't need to go into so interpersonal.
That's
You know,
correct.
it's
Right.
just
Oh, only if our interpersonal connection is going to move, like Martin was saying, move beyond that, right?
And that's
Like
what I was asking earlier.
if we
Yeah.
meet at the club and then the person say, well, let's go get an ice cream cone. Then yeah, we need to have a conversation because now we getting ready to go and spend.
Start eating ice cream cone. So
Huh?
you'll
you
find
can
out.
find out during the ice cream cone. That's true. Hey,
Oh.
let me get that freebie.
That special sauce.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dirt, don't do that, Dirt.
My bad.
And Wanda, don't laugh at it.
My
That's
bad,
only going to encourage him.
My bad, child. Hey, I was there. That's why I just be sitting back sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Stop that. Anyway.
Hey, Dirt is hey boy. Hey, what you over there drinking, Dirt? What you drinking?
Look,
So Bacardi apple, Jim Beam, Bacardi apple. I put a
Okay.
little hint of Sprite with it, you know what I'm saying?
AIDS in, so everything is funny at this point.
So
But I mean, I do. I respect them, and I will do whatever I can to ensure they have a very human experience.
mhm. Absolutely.
James and I had a couple of friends
With
that was
one
a
man
little sus in college.
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
Suspect, yes.
Yeah. And then I asked
Straight
him
sus.
like, bruh, are you? I mean, it's cool if you are. I don't care, but don't be trying to trick me. You ain't tricking me.
Why do you say, "Oh, it's cool if you are"? Because a lot of people are scared of what other people think.
But like they say, don't let us be out at a football banquet or something, or 7-on-7 like Cam Newton was, and we got a couple of guys coming at us sideways because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Or coming at us because so let us
Hey,
know. I
hey,
definitely agree with y'all on
did you
certain
hear what
aspects.
Carlos Miller said? He said he did a concert. I mean, he did a comedy show, and he made a few LGBTQ plus jokes. And he
Sorry.
said they was in the back. And he talking about, say what you said, say what
Hey,
you said in there.
Yeah.
No, 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 fuck that. Say what you said.
what you got
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, but I
Carlos,
tell you one thing: when they start showing out,
They
they
show
hey,
out.
show out.
once their wrist break, baby, y'all better get to moving.
Yeah,
Y'all,
No,
they
don't
mean
say what you said.
back
when their break,
dramatic stance
yeah,
and
when
be
their
like,
wrist go like this, y'all better get to where y'all going.
because
It's
they
gonna be
move
some
a
to
whole ass
move.
game. It's a whole game. So that's great. I appreciate this topic, and I think we should explore it even more in depth. The hope is that we can have some of our brothers and sisters from the trans community come on and
That would
actually
be awesome.
That's what we needed. Yeah, that's all we needed
their
to
real
make
life.
this conversation. Because I felt like we was just going back in circles saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to create different scenarios to try to try to justify pretty much how we
Sure.
felt. You know what I'm saying? And we was leaning both ways, but
Yeah.
that's I think right there, G. We need somebody from the community to come on and really to
Yeah.
give us a perspective. You know.
Yeah. And let me pull this out here as a full disclaimer. This is not a safe space. This is an honest space. Honest spaces are not necessarily safe.
Safe.
And if you think an honest space means or correlates to it being a safe space, then you are dynamically opposed to what honesty actually is. You don't know what honesty is because honesty moves you out of safety and puts you in a position of vulnerability. That's what honesty does.
Mhm.
So, but it is a space. It is an environment of love and learning and growth and evolution and being human and sharing our human experiences with each other. So, to all of our brothers and sisters out there that's listening to us, who would like to be a part of the family bloodline, so that we can hear from you, make it relevant to us. Teach us how to actually interact with you. Define yourself so we can act according to that definition, and let us be a part of your human experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reach out to some of my colleagues. There is an organization called Song, right? Southerners on New Ground. Um, and it's a LGBTQ progressive activist collective, right? And like I've worked with them a couple of times. Me and one of the founders are really close. She's an awesome individual. So I will reach out to Ermelinda Cortez. She's a wonderful person to see if she'll come on and you know,
Shed a good
get
light.
yeah, give us some insights into the
Mm.
life of an LGBTQ plus uh person. But yeah, beyond my
QI
personal huh?
LGBTQIA plus.
What is the
I
IA again?
keep up with
Uh,
all this.
I just put the I just put the plus because it includes any extra letters that come to the
Plus,
mother
plus,
sucker.
plus, plus.
Yeah,
Uh
I'm not to be disingenuous to the community, but I'm not keeping up with all these. I got a limited
The
time left on this earth, and
the
my family.
real ones, even the real ones in the community, are freaking fed up with it. So we need somebody like that will freaking be real. Period.
Right.
um I saw Big Frida and Slim
Uh,
Thug having a conversation on College Hill.
on college
And
here, celebrity college,
and
great
Slim
conversation.
Thug asked Big Frida, he said, I don't want to be disrespectful, Frida. He said, what are your pronouns? Big Frida say, Slim, that's the newer generation. Big Frida
Hmm.
say, I don't even deal with all that.
Mm,
So
Yeah,
yeah, so there are different sectors.
who she's talking to at the time. If it's her homegirls, they like she, homeboys, uncles, whoever, be like
Right,
because he
right,
still.
right, right. So Big Frida was like, I don't even do the pronoun thing. That's the newer generation. I don't
Yeah.
even deal with that because that and what Priya said made a lot of sense. That doesn't affect me one way or the other, Slim. She said, that don't mean nothing to me.
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah, that was
He,
a
she, they, them, all that's like, and
Yeah. That's
Right.
interesting.
That was deep. I was like, oh shoot. You
I
know,
can
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah,
what's
cause
going.
Slim Thug was real honest. Slim was like, "Yo, Frida, this is my
Like he
first time ever interacting. I
with
just
some
want to learn. I want to be open, so I don't, mess up anything." Frida was like, "I appreciate that," and
hmm
I thought that was a real, cause that's the one community, not the LGBT, not the LGBTQIA plus. Thank you, Wanda. Uh, but that gangster and thug community, I'm talking about the real ones. I ain't talking about the ones like Dirt was talking about that wait till they hide the pistol in the nightstand, then they go call
Right,
Terrell. Right, right. You know,
right,
oh yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody, and then they on the phone talking about some. Yeah, come on around the back to the apartment. I'll be out there in about 10 minutes. Yes, I ain't talking about them. I'm
right.
talking about the real cutthroats, and I was glad to see that happen because that community is really serious about that situation. If you play
mm,
games with them, yeah, if you play
Hey,
games
but
with
in
them
my
gangsters,
community, I apologize, but in my community, I just got an email because they call our basketball team the serious team, and they say that we've been getting on the referees and getting on the other parents and everything, and we need to tone it down. You know what I'm saying? This is not a competitive league right now for
Oh,
second
with
graders. It's not a competitive league. This is a league for fun, and they learn so much more when they just having fun and doing this. Yeah,
no.
I'm finna get into my final thoughts because I got a double header tomorrow. So
you
we finna
do.
be
ooh, I only
loud
got
and rowdy tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? At this second grade basketball game.
All right. Well, with that said, uh,
Cause like right now they're in the second grade. They don't call travel. They don't do this and that. You know what I'm saying? You can't block the ball. You can't steal
what?
the ball. Yeah, you can't steal the ball. You can't block. They let them travel and everything. But
Mm,
they finna go to the third grade. Well, I mean, next year when they go to my boys, yeah, next year they gonna call all that. So why not teach the game now? And it got to deal with what we talking about. Put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Quit cheating the system. You know what I'm saying? If you who you are, be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there. Be genuine to yourself as a person.
good. Well, look. Are these your final thoughts?
These my final thoughts. I told you I got a double head. I got an 8 o'clock game. I got a 9 o'clock game, and then you know what I'm
Hey,
saying. Hey,
guys, it's
yeah, I'm the world dopest dad. You know what I'm saying. No taking away from y'all, but I got activity tomorrow. You know what I'm saying. Plus, I got my little birthday festivities popping off tomorrow at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we're gonna do a little something. We'll out, play a little cards, dominoes, have a great time. Celebrate the kids, celebrate just us. So, final thoughts.
Happy birthday, man.
absolutely, yeah. You can't get
Today
through
your
it with
birthday?
Sunday,
Saturday. Sunday.
Oh,
son.
Sunday, my birthday, but
damn. Okay, baby.
Yes. Again, rounds of applause for happy birthday.
Wait, do my applause work? Let me see.
Let's see. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Like,
All right, we got final thoughts next.
I
We got
start
final,
sweating. I got a little amp and stuff. Ooh, y'all got me a little. Ooh,
Sir Manny.
Oh,
Um,
Lugo ready.
well,
go
what I
ahead.
can
Go ahead.
say is be true to yourself and keep your own promises.
mm,
Um, Today I was able to plug the last cable into what is the eCast Music Group studio. This is where I'm at right now, and I tested everything, and everything is running perfectly.
Just kidding.
And it was a long journey, but we are finally done and ready to rock and roll. So,
oh,
you know,
congratulations.
keep
Right,
it,
bro.
thank you, keep it real and hold yourself accountable for the things that you actually promise yourself. So
Yeah.
do so, man.
I told you when you came on, I said he finna drop a verse. You know what I'm saying? It was dark in there, like the setting was just right. I'm like, he finna drop a verse. But congrats though, bro.
Thanks,
Congrats.
Congrats.
man.
Show. All right, big bro, what you got?
Um, Final thoughts. I just always say honor the value of your voice. Um, it represents a single note, right? But collectively, it creates the symphony of our evolution. And always seek to be the best person that you can be, because what man is a man and what woman is a woman who does not leave the world better than they found it.
Mm.
I love it.
Uh, you say the 21st or the 23rd, your baby birthday,
The 25th.
25th. Okay,
Yeah, I
all
got
right.
a, and I got a new belt too. I'm gonna bring with me.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got.
I
I, man, don't
I
do that.
might drop him off at TT Wanda house though. He might have to go over there.
it's a
Yeah,
fun.
okay. You can bring them over here, man, and play with the boys. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna hoop and you know what I'm saying, little Nerf activity, and
Right, right.
No doubt. No doubt.
Juan, what you got for final thoughts, Cuzzo?
uh,
Um, as yeah, I mean, as always, guys, just be true to yourself. The only validation you need is your own.
Mm,
Other people's opinions don't pay your bills, don't put food in your stomach, don't do nothing for you. So just do you by all means, and whatever that may be, as long as it ain't hurting nobody. Um, as always, don't forget to brush and floss at least twice a day. Oral health is overall health. And, don't forget to smile, share a hug. They're always free. Those are my final thoughts.
yeah.
love it. Love it. Thank you, Juan.
After Jay
And
give his
last but
final
not
thought, I got
least,
a question.
Dig.
okay, that's the movement. So my final thoughts is let's never forget our everyday
Y dijo,
goings
ah,
on.
eso es un esto. Y yo me acuerdo que te habías dicho algo como que, no sé, que lo ibas a vender y eso, qué sé yo, no me acuerdo eso.
That's
That,
me.
that's Manny.
Man,
It's in Spanish. We knew it was you. we are.
Was
Yeah,
me?
yeah, we heard you.
I thought Telemundo came on,
Tito
bro.
Raigo siempre
My bad.
conmigo. Yeah, I heard it. Nadie como tú. I was like, damn.
Around like, hey,
Tito
hey.
Raigo siempre en mi mente.
Hello.
I didn't realize my phone was connected there.
You like,
So I was my final thoughts are let's always remember in our everyday goings on that we're all human at the end of the day, and we are all traveling and traversing through this tumultuous area of the human experience, trying to make it out
Mm,
as best as possible. Let's figure out how to, like I always say, give a little more mercy, a little more grace, and sprinkle that with copious amounts of love because we all need it at the end of the day. Help somebody's day be better. Give a smile and walk past. Don't injure anybody that's not trying to injure you, and be good in both word and deed. Those are my final thoughts. Oh, that's not what I wanted to go back to. My bad, everybody. There we go.
I,
All
wa-
right, we back.
I watched Black Panther for like the 50,000th time last night.
Ooh,
Yeah, because my favorite part is when Queen Ramada says, my son was murdered in ritual combat.
Great too.
And Mbaku says, was it a defeat? Was it a murder? Or, no. He says, was the odds fair? He said, he was defeated. He said, so it was more of a defeat than a murder. And then Shuri Thomason, don't rub it. And he said, silence. I make the pronouncements here, girl.
Right,
Right? Winston Duke, he played that role
right.
to a T.
He got tossed up. You know what I'm saying? He went
Mbaku,
superior.
what are you doing here? It's challenge day. He said, it's challenge day.
yeah.
I, Mbaku of the Jibari tribe. That's my jam.
I love that one too. Love it.
bruh.
We have watched from the
Hey,
mountains.
hey, we can't leave. We can't leave tonight without saying that March 1st. March is the first of the Women's National Society. It's not society. It's the Women's National Month. It's the Women's Month. You know what I'm saying? We give
Absolutely.
y'all love all throughout. You know what I'm saying?
Today
But
is
I'm a
officially.
Morris, I'm a Morris baby. You know what I'm saying? So we support our women. You know what I'm saying? We
All
love
day.
our mothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, without y'all, we nothing. You know what I'm saying? End
I
of the day.
love it. Ain't that the truth, Dirk?
Shout out
Well,
to
you can.
y'all. Shout out to the women, all the women that's in our
Yes.
lives, y'all lives. You know what I'm saying? My life. Hey, my daughter's gonna come celebrate me tomorrow. My mother, my stepmother, my sisters. You know what I'm saying? One of them got the flu. I told her she had to stay at home. You know what I'm saying? She can't
Oh
come
Lord.
up. Yeah. So Fatty gotta stay home tomorrow. But Rick and oh man, celebrate your women, man.
Yeah, it's the first
They
day of
they
Women's
in our
History
lives,
Month.
man. Celebrate. Oh boy. Oh
Women's
man,
History Month.
sir. Hey, this my month. I can tell you about the season. So
I dig it.
celebrate
So
your wives too. Celebrate your wife. So
That's right.
big shout out, big up them ladies. I
That's
appreciate
right.
y'all.
Right on. I'm gonna take these calls.
Wanda, you said the Mister's home for the week.
Yup.
Well, he had training or something. He had a training.
So he was gone last month. I try to keep that on low, but yeah, he was gone last month.
No
Um,
doubt.
then he'll be leaving out again shortly for Poland, and so
I
we,
understand. No, I get it. I get it. I'm serious. I get it. And whenever the Mister leaves, I always pray for protection, for your household, and comfort and calmness for you, because I know you miss your husband. But in the same breath, I'm so proud of that brother. I don't know what to do. Every time I do, I'm proud of that brother. He took a leap to
Yeah,
provide and take care of his family. He doing the darn thing, and he didn't. Plus, he has become a member of an elite group of gentlemen who put their lives on the line so I can be able to go to Kroger and buy me an apple.
there you
Y'all had
go.
my father was a soldier. I don't have nothing but respect for soldiers. I think they should be paid like super, like goddamn me athletes.
yeah.
Fact.
Yeah,
That is
fuck you
fact.
gonna go put your life on the line and come give me a
See,
$30,000 funky ass check.
our veterans definitely need to be paid like athletes for
That's
sure.
right.
That's a
Um,
whole topic for a whole nother time that y'all don't even want me to start going down.
Yeah, don't go in that rabbit hole, Jay.
Just me, but I got Penny on here too. Mi Hermano. Look, we can
yeah,
do that
love
for
y'all
hours.
good people.
You
Love y'all
getting
good
ready to
people.
retire? I want you ready
Absolutely.
to retire without no problems.
So, in the wise words of Russell Simmons, thank you all for coming out. God bless and good
good
night.
night.
Good night, good people.